or you can, it's possible, perhaps. You have to charge it regularly. So not feeding your mind is like saying you won't charge your phone regularly, or you have a special event in June when it's May 30th, you're going to rush and charge your phone for it. It doesn't matter. Your phone is going to be powered off from April to May to almost that June because you haven't been charging it. The point of what I'm trying to say is life needs consistency to build. It's not about saying, oh, we are waiting for one special day to fill us up. No. We need consistency to build. We have 12 points. We're in the 9th point. We have strong value and character. What do you understand by strong value and character? What's your name? Prince, okay? Prince, what do you understand by strong value and character? What comes to mind? That's what I mean by. When you see strong value system and character, what comes to mind?
The way someone sees life.
Okay? The way someone sees
life and
okay? Okay, the way a person lives life.
Strong value.
Yes. Strong value. Is it coming back? Okay, it's coming back.
I think it's for someone to have strong mindset, like
Okay.
a strong mindset to be able to
Okay.
strongly, to
Okay.
behave strongly. That's what
Thank you for that. Yes, your name and what you mean.
My name is Oduayo.
Do you know what we come with Bola?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Thank you for coming. Okay? Go ahead.
Wow. For me, it's like strong. I mean, we have a work. I mean, just be good at it and make it possible and let your wish be big.
Okay? Alright. Thank you so much. I think that's like a basic way and an important way to actually start out. Because, okay, it's coming on, we'll take it so wide, alright, that's fine, no problem. Because one of the ways to build strong character is consistency. So it starts with your thinking, obviously. What you even think about life. If you think you don't care, I don't care about anybody, beg, whatever. If that's the way you are thinking, it's going to affect the way you treat other people. So, what is your thinking towards yourself? What is your thinking towards people? And what is going to be what I would call your operating system for treating people and treating life? We have something called Windows operating system. There's an operating system, and I think there are others. There's Android and others that probably will come. There's your operating system for life is what we call your value system. Everybody has their operating system. Some people believe that's okay to steal. That was there. What's this excuse? They say they stole our money, we steal their own back. There are some people that believe that, and that's their system. And they've turned on to one. They're not thieves, stealing because they started like that. There's some people who you know, they're interesting. I'm trying to think of some song that comes to mind. There are some people who think that they can sing songs that are lurid and spoils every other person's mind, but when it's their own child and children, they're trying to protect them. But life doesn't work that way. Because what you put out, it will affect your neighborhood, it will affect your household. So that's why you should be consistent with yourself. You can't say you are singing songs, telling girls to shake, and then you don't want your child to see it. It's not, it's the thing you're putting out in the world. So I want us to come from that angle because I want us to think of our value system as not just something that affects us, but something that can even come back to affect our household. Examples of value systems are integrity, trust. There are a lot of them, there are a list of them. You can Google value system, trust, loyalty. There are different that come to, you want to say what? Yes, obedience, there are a lot of faithfulness, there are a lot of, but you need to find out what yours is. It's not just to copy what Google is saying. That is important. Alright, we have forgiveness. Forgiveness is key. If you are going to, by the way, for those who just joined up, we're teaching on setting yourself up for success. what are the things to set yourself up for success, and at the end of it, I will explain why you need to set yourself up for success or what it even looks like. So forgiveness, like it entails, forgiving a person. People have said many things. Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is to give you peace. At the end of the day, you cannot continue holding a grudge with a person and move forward. That's just the truth. You can't continue to live that way. So if you want to travel light and you want to get faster to your destination, you have to make forgiveness a part of your core success system. And forgiveness happens in different ways. So that's why I'm not telling you how to forgive, but it is compulsory that you forgive to actually make it. I hope you know that the things that give people bodily, especially nowadays, bodily diseases that even leads to death in this day and age, first of all, often starts from the mind. So we have to make sure that we are cleaning and cleansing our minds off of anything that can cause us baggages. Okay, 11 is love. This one I can even, like, we can be here all day. But one thing that you should pay attention to is that love is patient, love is kind, love is forgiving as well, love is generous. Love actually doesn't rejoice with wrong in the sense that if you truly love people, you won't do things that are wrong, or you won't put content that are wrong out in the environment. So the importance of loving and caring and nurturing your relationships, and I'm not talking about romantic relationship now, I'm talking about relationships around you, whether they benefit you or don't benefit you. It's going to be a great definer to your success. That's why you see a lot of people that are successful, you say things like, oh, they give out, they're the ones always giving out grants. It's just part of an expression of love. And then finally, we have sacrifice. This one, I can do 1 year in university on it. Many people don't like to sacrifice for anything. So you that you are here seated, you don't have 2 heads compared to the people who are not planning to come, because some people are still on their way. But you don't have 2 heads. I'm saying so because I got a couple of people chatting with me on WhatsApp saying they want me to, try to discuss, and I explained that there's only so much I can do if you do not choose to show up. So if you even say that, okay, you want a certain amount of grants or whether you are desiring this in your life, if you show up to places like this and I see you face to face, I can ask you a question. There are certain things that I can get out of you, a certain perspective I can give you. This one's a basic example I'm saying. But many people like to make sacrifice for what it is. To become a billionaire, you're going to make sacrifice. To become a millionaire, you're going to make sacrifice. To become a top movie star, you're going to make sacrifice. To become the best doctor, you're going to make sacrifices. You're going to make sacrifices to get to where you need to get to. You're going to be disciplined, and that's a form of sacrifice. To want a banging body or what snatched body, you're going to make sacrifices. The question is, what do you need to do in your life right now? What sacrifice are you willing to take? I was talking with someone recently, and the person paid for a basic counseling session, and I went overboard just because I chose to give the person something above the therapy session that this person paid for. And by the time the person finished with me, the person was not saying something like, okay, I'll check my savings if I can go on with the next session. So what had happened is that it's not that the person did not have the money. The person was not willing to sacrifice for what this person needed in terms of the change and the mind health. Of course, this person was in therapy for some sort of very serious issues. But the person was not willing to sacrifice. And I had to explain to the person through my going over, when I mean overboard, giving the bonus that your own level, where you are right now, this session, this category you paid for, is not, it doesn't match. You need to pay for something higher. And by the time we're done, she was able to now say, okay, I'm going to do something higher. That's sacrifice, because you must sacrifice something to get something. I myself too, get to where I am with Life Talks with SAGENEL, and even where I'm headed, there are different sacrifices that I've taken through my own path as well. Different sacrifices, different volunteering that I've done, for instance, to be on different radio stations, even before this one that I'm currently on. I'm currently on. Kola knows about the other radio station that I was on before. I was on before this one that I'm currently in. I was volunteering there for over a year, for instance. So sacrifices, and a lot of people. I started to do a series on my Instagram at SAGE_Nel, with an interview series. I started to do something called the story behind the scene, because many people, they like the after the scene, they like the movie, but the behind the scene, many people don't care for it. It's only few people that go back and say, okay, how was this movie made? You have to become the how was this movie made kind of person. That is how you can really retain your path to success. All right. It is time for questions. But we're going to get to know each other. That's those who just joined in before we move on to question. Before we move on to question, in all sincerity, how was this mini session for you? Or how was the session? Anybody that wants to go? So far, how was it for you? Anybody can go, anybody can start. And you don't need to stand up.
For me, I was able to get, I was able to put some amount of transparency.
Okay.
The topic says, setting yourself up for greatness, I'm able to see from the 12 points mentioned so far.
Yeah.
Talking basically about the part when you said, I thought that she said something about
Okay.
about clearing the mind, forgiveness, like
yes.
something that is not very necessary. Like when you just have to take for instance, you don't go up the mountain, you will just have to carry little luggage with you, not get to the base easier.
I like that example, yes. The heavier load you carry, the more you're going to fall. And you will not know, you think, no, but it's what you have in your mind.
So clearing the mind is very necessary.
Thank you so much, John. Who else? You can take 2 more people. Oh, please go ahead, Chukwuemeka.
Supposed to work more on ourselves. Work on our mind.
I can hear you, Chukwuemeka.
Work on our mind and work on ourselves.
Okay.
Like now, I'm going to what I can do. We have to make sure I'm not too distracted. So
All right.
some of the issues we have are distraction.
Okay.
What are also
To do, yes.
what we are not supposed to do.
Have you read it?
Yes. Trying to make an inclusive environment, the environment that encourage supporting our team, that encourage networking.
Okay.
Trying to make sure, make it easy to sacrifice, make a difference, like an encourage.
I'm happy that you learned that. Thank you so much, Kevin. Does Kola Mail, does you want to add something to that or share something? Before we go on to Q&A, I think I want to say something about setting up. Yes, you.
What happens that?
Listen, what happens that? When people start becoming what happens that? Okay, what was the thing that happened?
Okay.
What happened?
I started at number 6 and number 5.
Because you came late.
I want to try to reach through.
No, but from the number 5, what have you got? You see, you definitely need to so that you can tie it in. But what were you able to get from the number 5? I understand.
Okay, thank you. What I'm able to get is that I know when it comes to life talk, someone needs to be disciplined and when it comes to sacrifice his life to, even in relationship, business, everything. Someone needs. And when it comes to also character, so I also grab some things there, when you talk about mindset. So someone needs to work on himself, by timing yourself and this thing I want to do it and challenging yourself on a lot of different things. So that's why I just.
Thank you so much. Okay, so we'll get into Q&A. I think we can do another video.